one of those all-night diners, a little uptown. I'd have gone in not to eat, but to apply for a job as a dishwasher. Oh. She was at a counter eating chili. Sit down, she said, you're hungry. I said, sorry, but I couldn't pay for food. She smiled. She said, never mind, order something. Anything you... I sat by her, but I didn't order. Eggs with bacon or sausage, or how about corned beef hash with an egg on it? You were hungry as hell. I told her, I knew I could tell her. After 3 days, you don't feel hunger much. She ordered me a Delmonico steak with French fries. It's hard to get food down when your stomach has shrunk from such a long fast. I vomited suddenly on the floor, like your visitor last night. But I drank a lot of water. Kept that down.
Good. Very good. Okay, so now I'm supposed to talk like Tennessee Willie.
Who? What? Yes.
All right. You're up next. Okay.
Tennessee.
Yes.
I read your memoirs.
Yes, I see this.
Tennessee.
Yes, this is very beautiful.
Can I venture to say something?
What?
You basically wrote this play from your memoirs.
How dare you?
I have direct quotes. The scene I just did, for instance. Let me read you what you wrote when you were hungry.
Yeah.
I learned, however, that after about 3 days of semi-starvation, you stop feeling hungry.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Quote unquote. You wrote that. The stomach contracts, the gastric spawns subside, and God or somebody drops in on you invisibly and painlessly injects
Ben,
you.
I get it. Ben, in what order did I write these things?
Well, you wrote this book in 1972, and you wrote this play about 10 years later.
Well, didn't you say once that I wrote early drafts of this play before that?
I'm sure you did, but you're quoting this memoir in your play. My lines of dialogue are what you wrote.
Ben, you have a problem with that.
Anyway.
You've heard of autobiographical playwriting.
I'm studying you, Tennessee.
Fine.
I want to know why...
You want to know why what?
Why you wrote this play about your life.
Because, let's put it this way, I wrote my memoirs and I got in touch with certain memories.
Indeed.
And I thought this might be material for a play.
Right.
All my plays are in one way or another autobiographical. I am, of course, Blanche.
I was going to say that earlier. You are Blanche.
Kazan understood that. That's why he's the only director who understood my...
Well, in reading your memoirs, you have that Blanche line that was actually your line.
Yeah. Which one?
I can't remember.
Sometimes there's God. So anything the poor bitch says, I have said in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there you go.
In the memoir, you talk about when you said it, I forget when, early in your life, and then, but that's just straight. And then I think you realize that's Blanche's line.
Mm-hmm. Well, yes. This is why my work is good, Ben.
I know it's good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be doing the play otherwise, darling.
Yeah, right. So,
besides me.
So, in other words, this is just an observation that you're making.
Yes, and also, yes.
Meanwhile,
why are my clothes off all the time?
Whose clothes?
Mine.
Yours. Well, that because Kip.
Yeah, I know you're a good ass.
Now, see, Kip, you have captured Kip in your performance, whereas Kip is a certain phenomenon that those in the gay world are familiar with, which is the young straight man who wishes very much to be desired by another man. It's a phenomenon. One has only to be on the receiving end of it to be acquainted with its familiarity. First time it happens, you fall in love with this person.
Mm-hmm.
and then your heart gets broken and you turn into Blanche,
Right.
as I did.
Right.
So, and that means that poor boy is lovely and confused.
Soon to be dead.
Well, yes, that's tragic, but the other tragedy is that in the time permitted to him, he did not fully explore his homosexuality.
Well, yes. Well, he stops the affair with you because he doesn't want to be homosexual. Of
Well,
course,
he's,
when you
ta-
meet-
he's
when
talking
you,
into it by that friend of his, that woman.
Claire.
who had
But
what we
when
call an
you,
agenda.
but when you come to my hospital bed before I die, I have a wife. Mm-hmm. That's only in 3 years I did that.
Yeah, well, that means you're afraid of being gay.
Well, probably.
If you were totally straight, you wouldn't go around showing off your body and flirting.
No,
with
you're
me.
absolutely
Yeah,
right.
Chad, I merely put that down
I'm
on
offering
paper.
you
I have
massage.
no judgments. I just pointed out.
The play doesn't deal with our sex, but your memoir does, and we had a lot of sex.
Yeah, well, the play is.
I was the best lay in town.
Well, scenes that are preludes to sex are always more interesting than scenes.
But
that
you were the
have
one
sex.
who was the animal, waking up 4 times to do it again and again and again.
Yeah, well, why not?
Well, I'm impressed.
Would you be interested in anybody who didn't wake you up 4 times a night? No, of course not. So my point is that poor Kip was confused, and he deprived himself of several happy years that could have been his, instead of pursuing that fraudulent marriage that he had, and before he was taken from us. But anyway, you captured all this confusion very well just now in your performance.
I did?
Yes, very persuasive.
Well, reading your memoirs has been so helpful.
Fine. How could it not be?
Exactly.
Since my playwriting is invariably
How blessed to
autobiographical.
work on a play from which I can find your main source.
Yeah, right. Although,
We're going to kill it, you know.
yeah, I can tell. The writing in the memoirs is a less inferior to the writing in any of the plays.
Well, you're very on stream of conscience.
Yeah, but so are all the plays, stream of consciousness.
Indeed.
But they're better stream of consciousness than that writing. I
I
wrote
think
that
so.
for the money.
I know,
I never
50,000.
wrote anything else ever for the money. I don't care what anybody says.
Your memory is extraordinary. I know you read it from the memory, and you even say it was, I think, 50,000 you got.
Yes, yes. Well, I wanted to be. They paid me to write this
They
shit.
should have paid you more.
Yeah, they should have, yeah.
I mean, you are a legend.
I'm a legend.
And how about that the opening scene, if this book takes place in the place where I was conceived?
Well, what can I say, Ben? I live a very magnetic life.
Bouncing around. Well, you're a bohemian.
Everybody's history sometimes comes to my life.
Indeed.
Yeah, so there you go. This was a great success.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Move on.
We will. We're going to do the whole scene one day.
Good, okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right.